if you guys just want to just sort of briefly from Ben's end to Ben's end, introduce your characters. I guess your name as well?
I'm Ben V, and I'm playing Marcus Furious, who is a level 1 human fighter with a reputation as a war hero.
I'm Will. I'm playing Bryn, the Wood Elf Berserker, who's a bit weird.
So I'm Sam, I'm playing the giant bird person, or Aarakocra, who's a level 1 monk.
I'm Rob. I'm playing Rard Spinell, the level 1 forest gnome wizard and former impeached mayor.
And I am Ben. I'm Yen Fanrail, perhaps, if that's how it's pronounced. And I'm a spoiled young elf rogue.
I'm Dan. That's it. You're Bryn, you're Marcus. Because you guys are already friends.
Mm-hmm.
And what town have you just come from? Because you heard about a job in a town. So just come up with a name right now. I'm putting you on the spot.
Glenview.
Glenview. That's a great name.
A nice name.
So Marcus and Bryn, you have heard from...
It means valley in Welsh.
You have heard from Glenview. You've heard about a relatively well-paying job in Biddywick, which is a small village kind of on the edge of the Venter Wilds. It's a great big forest that Sam and Ben hail from. Sorry, Rack and...
That's a lot of traffic
Yen.
noise.
Yeah.
And there's this human woman, Cerna, who is offering 80 gold pieces to retrieve a priceless family heirloom from some goblins. Upon arriving and meeting at the Goblin's Head Inn, Cerna was surprised that there were only 2 of you, because there's been somewhat of a larger goblin presence over the past couple of months. They think that wherever they're based, there's probably too many for just 2 people to go. So yeah, you find yourselves in a pub in the late morning, sitting across Cerna and looking around the room for potential adventuring candidates. The pub's pretty cosy and warm feeling to it with a musty scent. The place isn't terribly busy. You get a sense, this isn't a big village by any means, but there are still people milling around, eating, chatting, drinking. And at the bar, you see a dwarf attending the counter, obviously, standing on some kind of support to, refer for it, and looking jovial enough, but he's got a great big scar across his face horizontally. You guys are in the pub. Birdman might be in the beer garden.
I'm in the beer garden.
He doesn't really like...
He doesn't like enclosed spaces.
Enclosed spaces.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go up to the barman and order a pint of bitter. Ask him, say that we're here for a contract and we're looking for adventurer types.
One thing I just forgot to mention about this pub, there is also a wall which just has stuffed goblin heads on it, mounted.
In that case, I'll say we're here to collect some more of them. Do you know any of the adventurer types around here?
Sometimes people pass through, so look around, ask some people.
Can I be sitting in the bar next to him?
Alright, in that case, I guess I'll have a brief glance around the tavern and see if there's
did you wanna
anyone who's
check?
looking big and muscly or armed with weaponry.
You look to one side, you look around, you see me just sort of staring expectantly, really right in your face. Not at all fitting the description you said, looking around big and muscly. I'm a slightly dilapidated looking gnome with a 2 foot tall hat that brings me up to about just under 5 foot total.
Look you up and down.
You're looking for an adventurer?
Is this the best we're going to find here?
I say, behold! Kind to meet you. I am Rard, master of the mystic arts.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Bryn. Buy me a beer and you can come.
I could buy you a beer, or I could impress you with a feat of sorcery. And I reach over. I don't have a beer.
What's your field of expertise? What can you do? What can you provide our party for a bit of goblin hunting?
Goblins? They kill people, don't they? No goblin. Oh yes, I would know because I've killed many goblins in my time as an
This guy
adventurer.
seems convincing. Let's have him along for the ride.
It's always good to have some cannon fodder.
Yeah, I can. I can give you a quick rundown of my skills. So I can cast petrifying frosts upon people. I can grease the floor and slick them. I make great small talk at parties.
Well, it sounds like you got some skills that we could potentially make some use of.
Excellent.
Have you met anyone else here that would perhaps be interested in this sort of work?
There's a massive bird in the garden. Not like
A lady.
no, like I don't know. I'm not really an expert in massive.
So chicken? There's a big chicken man outside.
Out in the
I think we should go talk to him after we look at this very bizarre looking smug man in the corner who's counting his money. Hello?
Hi. Can I help you?
Do you want to go murder some goblins?
How long will it take?
A couple of goblins, I don't know, maybe a week.
You
So
don't
I'll
imagine
go
it to
with
take
week.
any more than like today, to be honest.
I'll give you one day.
One day.
One day.
One day.
One
I like
day of
you.
this precious
You
time.
don't seem like a douche.
Can you fight?
Pretty good. Really good. Probably the best we've ever seen.
It's a bit cool. It's a bit cool. I look forward to seeing him.
Whilst you were having the conversation, I quietly slipped out into the toilets, and I come back. I'm like, oh, I'm hearty and hale, and looking forward to a fight. It's going to be great. I'm going to make the Legend of Rod continues here.
Smugman, what's your name?
They call me Yen.
I'm Bryn.
Marcus,
Means valley in Welsh.
let's go find our bird.
Right.
So you go out into the back garden, nice lush grass. Again, you see it's a small village, you only see scattered buildings just around the area, homes that people run small little businesses out of and the whatnot, and just some tables are set up outside in the back. And you see a couple of people sitting at one table, and they keep just looking over, just talking to themselves and looking over, because there's this giant bird man.
Gosh, rude to stare!
Sorry.
I like the colour of this guy's jib.
If I think I'm perched on something, what is there to perch upon? Imagine a stump. I'm not very charismatic, so he's just waiting to be approached, really. I want to go find answers, I want to go speak to people, but they're all indoors and I hate enclosed buildings.
Ah, right, I see.
Being a large bird.
We got a gnome, a rich guy, and a bird.
We haven't got any spoken
That's
to
the,
yet.
that's the best we've seen in this entire village. I don't really fancy our chances.
Last
If you
time
need
I
me-
went to a
if you
bird
need
show, I
me-
was many years younger.
If you need me, I'll be nursing my pints.
Okay.
I go
So you're not gonna
find a
speak to me?
table on my
So
own.
don't
I'll
speak
leave it to the rest of them. I'm feeling like this is not looking good.
I was like, hush, stand back, fellows.
Bird
I covered
person.
this in second semester.
Bird
And then-
person, I
and then I
wave
just kind
from
of
the
like,
entrance of the bar.
Yes.
Oh, you can speak English.
Who comes?
Bryn!
I am Rakak.
That's a
Of
nice
the
one.
Arakokta.
What does it mean? Bryn means valley in Wales.
Oh my god.
I come here seeking answers. Can you provide?
Can get you a cold brew. Maybe
I've got
kill
a
some
beak.
goblins. Get you a straw. Do a little straw.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He said birds can't slurp. I bet the pint just like taking that.
Yeah, I imagine when you drink pints, you just do it in one go.
So yes, I need answers. Can you help me find them?
Yeah, sure.
I assume you want something in return.
Yep,
I've
come.
learned this is the ways of most of you folk.
I like killing goblins.
I have faced goblins and other creatures before. I can slay them with my talons.
Talons.
Feet.
Yeah, let's go get a drink and talk about murdering some goblins and how much we're going to get paid.
I would prefer to stay out here.
I do you want to just duck your head in?
Don't be a dick.
Stand outside the door.
We'll open a window and you can sit.
Stick my head in.
Open a window.
And so this dwarven guy just stops around and you see and the window opens up.
Alright, so we all go back inside. We're all sitting out inside apart from...
Many people in the bar just keep turning their heads to the window occasionally, concerned and curious, and just a whole range of weird sort of subtle emotions going on because of this big bird sticking his head in.
Dan, can I try and use my frostbite spell to cool everyone's drink so they're nice and frosty? 20, a crit.
Wow, yeah, you know exactly what you got to do to make these some frosty.
If this was a
frosty
cause
beers.
bottle, the little blue bit would be flashing.
Yeah.
Because it's optimum drinking
So,
temp.
Do they flash?
He's sponsored by Cause.
You're sponsored by
You frosted the glasses.
Oh, so it's ale. He ordered ale. He doesn't want it cold. You've ruined it.
And I'm like,
Well, I might as well
You don't
just
chill
Just
around
having a
the
nice
ice
cold
water
beverage
for it.
of Coors Light. Oh, it's just so...
You don't chill red
Alright, Claude.
Oh, that is Moorish. Marcus talks to them about killing goblins.
Right, we travelled over here for a contract to do with.
Sorry, is
recovering-
Cerna sitting at your table right now?
Well, in that case, yeah, if she's sat at the table,
Yeah.
then
She doesn't mind
I'll
sitting
address
there with
her.
weird bird people.
we got this party together. We're here for your contract.
We've got to help you
Would
find
you go through it with us
Yeah,
so we actually
definitely.
understand fully what we're supposed to be doing and what we're looking for?
These goblins, I mean, they don't usually cause much of a hassle, but sometimes they get into people's unattended homes and everything. And they've stolen a priceless heirloom of my family's, which I need you to go and retrieve from wherever they are, you're going to have to do some of the legwork there, I'm afraid, because, to be honest, no one really knows where they're based. They just know that there's some sort of smallish presence around somewhere in the forest.
Got a rough direction for us, northeast,
We've got
southwest?
a rough direction, and she can produce a map.
Oh, visual aids.
What you get is just a general map of the region.
Right.
So you know generally where they are. I can offer you 80 gold right now.
Well, as a dog.
Can you roll perception? Will can kind of tell she's being definitely honest that she's going to pay this.
How much is she offering?
She seems kind of like desperate as well.
For the edge.
Okay.
It's the idea that you've got whilst talking to her before as well when you first met her. She seemed very pleased when you guys arrived.
Have we got an estimate
80
for
gold.
how many goblins are we going to have to be dealing with here? Are we talking, 5, 10, 30, 50?
Well,
Because I do have a day rate
over.
per goblin.
Yeah.
I can pay more than 80 if you really need me to. What I can tell you about the number of the goblins is, well, there's been more over the past couple of months, but again, nothing that we haven't been able to handle. It's only ever been 2 or 3 that may come at one point. Some of us are sometimes able to pick them off, and well, you see what happens to them, pointing to the wall. Maybe up to 10?
2 each.
I think 80 gold is a fair price for that. I don't think there's any
Thank
need to push it.
Yeah. The thing I need you guys to achieve, and it may sound kind of weird, but it is a priceless family heirloom. It's a gold bowl with black gems and a gold bowl with black gems.
This bowl,
Yeah.
how big are we talking? Are we talking, dinner plate size, tiny little thing? Are there any special transportation requirements?
That's
For
the size
instance,
of a mid-sized
we can't touch it, or there's curses
It's a
involved.
bowl. It's a bowl.
There's no properties with this bowl that we should know about beforehand that could cause us trouble.
It's like the
Can
devil.
you roll,
I
can
don't
you roll
care
an
for money,
insight?
Insight.
You get a feeling that she may not know the properties of this bowl. She didn't seem uncertain even about the size of the bowl when you asked her that question.
Okay. With regards to the bowl, it sounds like a bit of a risk on our part. We don't really know too much about it. I don't want to make any commitments.
It's a bowl. It's just a regular bowl. I've told you that.
You don't sound so sure.
I'm,
She's Barry bullshitting us.
even so,
Marcus.
I just want to have an open statement that depending on how the contract goes, and upon our return, we may negotiate for a higher price or a lower
That's
price,
fine.
depending
That's-
on how it all goes. That's all.
That's fine.
all I wanted to say.
There's no worries there. Absolutely.
I would like to ask though, this priceless family heirloom of yours, this bowl, how did it come into your family?
It came into my family generations and generations ago. My great grandmother escaped a war, and
How many grapes was that?
that was the only 5.
Right, that's four.
4.
Bullshit!
No, and all this
It's just this is very important to me, and I'm not paying you to ask me questions about it. I just need this. I really do.
we fully understand your position, but you've got to understand ours. We're putting our lives at risk for this job.
What do
If
you,
we just want the full details. We want to know everything relating to this contract and relating to this bowl. In
This
case
guy
there's
won't
anything that's going to come up and bite us in the ass.
This guy won't even come indoors. He's gonna be totally useless if we ever give him a structure. Right?
Okay, this isn't my bowl. I live here alone with my son, and we like to go on big walks. Sometimes kind of adventurous walks. We like to just sort of see the area, and we found this dungeon entrance, and we just looked inside just for a moment, just to have a look. Well, we found someone in there, and
He's really mean.
yeah.
Said hurtful things.
Yeah. He took my son, okay? He took my son, and he told me I needed to get this bowl for him, and that was the only way I was going to get my son back. And so I've been at a loss for what to do. I've been searching all around looking for this thing. I don't even know what it is. I can't find it. I've had to ask people to go ask for. I've had to ask for people like you to come here and to help me out with it. I just need to find this. I need to get my son back, and this is the only bargaining chip that I foreseeably have with this man. I got the feeling, though, he was powerful enough to have found it himself, but he seems like he couldn't leave.
This map that you gave us,
Yes.
would you be able to put mark on there where this dungeon is?
Dungeon?
By the sounds of
Oh,
things, we may have to deal with this guy.
I
if-
wouldn't go without getting this.
Without the bowl. I know. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy tries to keep the bowl and your son. So we want
That
to know.
thought had crossed my mind.
I think you'll never
But
see.
I
I
do
think you'll never
need
see the
this.
bowl again. I mean, are you willing to live with that?
This
You're
This-
chaotic.
this-
I don't know. I don't know.
this guy who's taken your son. Is he likely to have hired any other parties? Are we gonna have or be searching for the bowl himself?
I didn't see anyone there. He seemed alone. He seemed desperate as well. And weirdly, he seemed like he was trapped. But he was powerful enough to take my son and to tell me to get this thing before I let my son go. And of course, I don't trust him. And in fact, I do need that bowl. But I'll pay you more if you come with me to come get him back afterwards.
Well, we'll discuss that after we retrieve the bowl. What can you tell me about this man who took your son? Did he threaten you with weaponry? Did he threaten you with magic?
Magic.
How magic?
Can I roll Arcana and see if I know anything about like a magic that would bind someone to a place or something like that, or that like see if I know anything about this?
Absolutely, you may.
Basically, because I got a +6, but I rolled a 1. So
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to confidently say something which is completely wrong.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do the same roll.
Sounds like a vampire.
-3.
Definitely sounds like a vampire. I know vampires. Sounds like a vampire.
A vampire. Really?
Yeah, sounds like a vampire. Listen,
Let's go
listen.
kill this vampire. I'm ready. Let's go.
God. Please be quick.
I'm so ready. Let's go.
Before we go any further, I'd like to discuss with my party. This isn't quite what we all signed up for. I still want to make sure that they're all happy with this contract as it now stands. Gentlemen, have you got any
Fine.
issues you'd like to raise with that?
And I will confirm. I help you. Help me find answers. The questions I seek answers to.
We'll do our best.
Good.
It might be after this particular contract.
Yes.
We need to establish that as a team we can work well together. We might find that we hate each other. We might come into some other issues.
Looking at you, buddy.
I think we're in agreement.
Thank you so much. And she gives you a hug.
All of us. Or
Just
just
for the
him?
guy who just spoke, so yeah, just Marcus. Can
That's
you guys
fine.
also just generally, all of you roll general perception?
Can I pick up bucket before we leave?
10.
You can try that, yes.
Crits.
11.
What's your name?
Bryn.
Bryn and
So what's Bryn?
Rod.
remember, it's a valley
My 16
Thank
lineup.
you. Bryn and Rod and Ian. During this conversation, you've also kind of been listening to everyone else's talk as well. You've heard general sort of mentions, not like conspiratorial, but just general sort of talking points, gossip, about some travellers who have gone missing since yesterday. And now you can try your pickpocket roll.
Sweet. I rolled 2, so 10.
What the
So-
hell is your modifier?
As
That's
Cerna
why
is
some
giving
people
Marcus a
use
hug,
that.
Yen just tries to slowly extend his hand into her pocket. And she turns from the hug and looks around.
I cover it up perfectly. I'm like, I'm just gonna get in on this.
Roll deception. Go on.
Natural 20.
Really?
She
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
bugs it.
Yeah. Plus, so
Flying
that's a
sinker.
26.
And she comes to
Yeah.
hug you as well.
Do I buy his deception?
No, you can see what the fuck was going on. Yeah.
I give him a look as we're hugging over this. I imagine she's shorter than us. I give you a look and I just shake my
Yeah, you
head.
two are just like head to head. Oh, did you hear them talking about Lost Travellers? Maybe the
I
goblins.
heard
killed
something about that earlier.
them. Should we check it out, or just go kill some goblins?
I'm good.
Does anyone know where these goblins are?
Yeah, they're in
Yeah,
the woods. And as a woody wood person, I could probably help you find them.
I thought your name was like Glenn or something.
Bryn.
So, okay, you're gonna need to give me some way to remember that.
Oh,
I don't know, maybe the meaning.
What is? Okay.
I guess it does mean a valley and Welsh.
Yeah, so it's like a Glen, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah.
do you have horses as well?
Can we have them for free? I mean, they're not.
No,
they're
you
not
came with
specific.
horses.
We're going to the woods. I think we'd leave the horses here.
That's
Wait,
fine.
we're going to the dungeon.
Can we have a toilet?
No, we're going to the woods. We're getting the bowl. We're not going to the dungeon.
Going to the dungeon?
The dungeon.
Sure.
Dungeon's here,
Oh.
and we're going to the woods here. Yeah,
Seems
somewhere around
sort
here.
of like
find
we
these
could just go
goblins.
to the dungeon and just sort of like,
What, mess this guy up?
yeah, just,
I mean,
you
we
know,
could
cut
try
to the
that.
chase.
It's
Oh,
not a
dungeon.
contract, and I want to get paid.
But I would like some experience with killing goblins.
Oh, that's what
Um,
goblins, I guess.
Marcus gets terrified. He swings around with his sword, chops off the tip of Brad's hat, and he's like, oh, don't you forget it. And then he farts.
We're trying to make her face smaller.
She's best.
You can't.
She's best from the
She's
front.
best like that. You can't ruin her look. No.